Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here, all right? This is a recap review for Rapshit, all right? Issa Rae's new show. She is back with us producing this show, okay, about these two girls that are friends that live in Miami that are trying to get together with this rap career, right? This is season 1, episode 1, all right? And so this was cute. This was different, all right. I didn't know which direction we was really going in, but it seems like they are just showing us, an introduction to them, friendships. We are definitely seeing how much social media is involved, how much they use social media to deal and communicate with a lot of their relationships and friendships and, also social media influencers or just different people in the industry that uses social media in different ways. And so when we first start out, we are seeing different people that are filming, and doing lives and posting things to social media. And then we see that, get introduced to Shauna, who is working at this hotel. And the first thing, this guy's coming up to her like, damn, what are you doing here? He's like, I know you, you know what I'm saying? You used to rap. And he's showing her, a recording of this old rap that she did a while back. And she's like, well, one, I got bills to pay. I work here. And two, I'm saying, I do still rap, because he basically was just coming at her like, you just has been or whatever. You used to be doing something, but now you ain't doing nothing but working up in here type of thing, right? And so she was like, well, I do still rap, and, I'm working here because I pay daggone bills. He was like, yo, this was bad, that was like 2 years ago or whatever. So he was like, damn, that shit was cold. We need more female rappers like you or whatever, sisters with self-respect. And he was like, why did you stop? You got to keep going. So she was like, no, 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 I didn't stop. And she pulls out this thing and she's showing him, how she actually just uploaded a video recently. And he like, oh, for real? But in this video, she got this afro on. She got a mask on. I guess she calling herself doing more of a conscious rap, and she's probably using a different name. And so he's trying to get the vibe. He's like, okay. He was like, so was this for Women History Month or something? And he was like, oh, all right, that's cute. He was like, dag, I would only want my daughter to listen to your shit. And she like, oh, that's nice. How old is she? He like, well, I don't have no kids, okay? And then some, I don't got no kids yet. And some chick comes up and, tells him she ready, so they leave. So she trying to tell him her username and how, they could find her, but they was already gone. Then she get on the phone, and you could see that she's messaging somebody, like, hey, Jill, I don't know if this is another friend. She's like, I could see that you read my daggone receipts, girl. Did you get any updates? Is anything else happening that you could let me know about? And so, then when she looks on her Instagram or whatever, you could see that she's out partying. She's going different places or whatever. She's at some event with this girl Sunny that says she got next, and she's rapping or whatever, and Jill is going all hard for her. And so then she sends a message like, really, Jill, you said her music was basic, not you turning up and turning into, one of these industry people too. And so I'm like, ugh, that ain't a good look, right? And so then she got head back down, and she's just basically busy working. And one of her coworkers come in that look like he's the type that he at work supposed to be working, but he really ain't doing nothing. He's showing off this blazer he got or whatever. And she was like, which one of these hoes dressed you today? And he was like, oh, so, you putting in a bid or whatever the case may be. And she's like, no, no, no. This guy comes asking where's the beach, and he talking about, bro, it's everywhere. Just look, you not even trying. So she was like, really, what's wrong with you? And he was like, what do you mean? And she was like, he talking about he didn't even clock in yet. So then, he was just like, she was just like, go ahead, yeah, whatever. So, they're both getting on the daggone live and recording different stuff. And then we see some other chick that's basically doing these recordings. And apparently she's one of the people that, scouts different clients or whatever, tells them that she's doing tours and hookups and all of this. She go up to, what was his name? I think he was Marcus on the games people play or whatever. She going up to him, telling him, yo, we used to slap box when we was little. And he like, slap box? She like, yeah, we was with Renzo, little Reen Reed. We used to hang out. And he's looking at her like, girl, I have no idea who the hell you are, okay? But she done grabbed his phone and telling him, what y'all got going on tonight. She's like, I'll get y'all in the VIP. I gotta connect and all this other stuff. And, basically Shauna's letting us know, like, meanwhile, this girl don't know no damn body, okay? But, she's swearing she doing this hookup. You got another guy come up and asking them where jet skis is at. So homeboy, the co-worker's basically like, I'm gonna learn his name eventually, y'all. Just don't know it right now. He's saying to him, like, are you paying with cash? And he says, yes. So he like, all right, come on. So, in the midst of Miss Tour, okay, and hookups, doing her recording, she notices that Sean is recording, and she's like, are you recording me right now? Are you recording me? And then Sean is like, no. What? No. And she's like, oh, you don't own this lobby and all this stuff. So I'm like, what difference is it that she's recording you when you damn recording too? And she talking about some hating ass. So then Shauna looks on her page being nosy, all right, and seeing what she been up to. And you just see that she goes to different clubs, bars, hotels, whatever have you, and basically be trying to be a hype man and be saying that she knows all these different people and she's giving them hookups or whatever the case may be, and that is basically her thing. And so she's skimming through her page and seeing the different videos of that, and they talking about this guy Guap that's gonna be on tour and all of that kind of stuff or whatever, right? And then she gets a reminder that she gets her lunch in 10 minutes, so she go ahead to go to lunch. And she's still pretty much just looking through the phone, and as she's sitting down having her lunch, then she have somebody named Mia Knight hit her up. So first thing she say is, oh, are you still working at the hotel? And she's like, I don't mean to call you out the blue like this. And she said, yeah, I'm still working there. And she was like, well, I'm so burnt, I need a favor. My baby daddy ain't show up to pick my daughter up from school again. Every time I need help, he don't be coming through. And she was like, I don't want to look all unprofessional bringing her with me, because she basically got a makeup job to do. And she's like, y'all got some rooms y'all could put her in. So at first Shauna's looking like, huh, girl? And she was like, listen, I promise I thought of everybody else that I could call in right now. I don't got nobody, or whatever the case may be. And so she was like, her mom is at work, Lamar grandmother is sick, and there's just so much. And she was like, it'll be real quick. So Shauna ends up saying, no, it's just fine, I'll be here. I said, girl, Shauna, you better than me, honey. That's a pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand for a person to call and be like, what you doing? Are you busy? Let alone is a place of your work, honey. I remember one time it was my birthday, and an associate of mine called me up and basically was like, oh, girl, what you doing? And proceeded to tell me about a run she wanted to make and can I watch her kids. And it was my damn birthday. I'm thinking she calling to say happy birthday. I was like, oh, no, girl, I can't. It's my birthday. You have to tell me what you want, okay, before you start asking me what the hell I'm doing. But nonetheless, that's not the way they had this. She basically was like, thank you, girl, so much. I'm going to be there in 30 minutes. And so she like 30 minutes. It was like, so that means you was already on your way there and already counting on me saying yes before I even said yes. But I said, all right, we going to see where this is going, right? And she just hurried up and hung up and was like, okay, bye. And so, Shauna, girl, you looking like a little bit of a pushover now. So anyway, after she get off the call with her, she started looking on her, social media, whatever the case may be. And she's seeing that, like I said, she does do makeup jobs. She got stuff up there about that. She got stuff talking about, broke guys and what they not doing. She even got a page, that's for her daughter. They singing different songs and all of that. She got stuff where she's doing makeup tutorials. So, she's busy up there, okay? And she's talking about how these guys ain't about nothing, and you got to get what you could get for them and all of that kind of stuff, right? And she got videos where she busy, twerking and everything else, the stuff that we would typically see when we looking on social media, right? And she talking about some, you seduce and you scheme, you seduce and you scheme. That is what you do out here in these streets, okay? She's making up different little songs about that and was like, and that's that, right? And so, Sean is just basically checking all of this stuff out, right? So now she gets a text message from Maurice. Okay, that is the co-worker's name. I finally remember his daggone name. And he's telling her to hurry up and get back. So when she get back, apparently he wanted her to do a daggone reaction video with him, right? to this video. And so she's like, all right, just put it on. What the heck is this? Just play the damn video already, right? Before Angie comes back and fire us again. I said, again? So when he put the video on, it's some white chick that's basically rapping and dancing around or whatever. And it's funny because we were seeing this video, or at least this video was circulating on Twitter for a day or two now, where people was like, who is this chick and what is this about? Okay, what is this? And come to find out, this is basically was affiliated with the show or whatever, right? And so she's seeing that is actually a guy that I guess used to be a producer and work with her, that is working, here on this song with this girl. She's also saying how different the girl looked, how much work she's got done. She was like, she started out looking like Christian Durst, and now she look completely different. And, talking about how, this is what they do now, sex sells, and everybody goes for, getting these butt jobs and different stuff like that, and how she didn't want to go that route. And apparently she used to work with this Francois person too, and now he's working with her. So it was like, one, it seemed like he just wanted to look at this girl behind, and two, he wanted to let her know that Francois was working with this girl now, because he was like, oh, you didn't know about it. So in the meantime, we get a Karen coming up talking about, oh, my room is not ready yet. And she was like, oh, well, give me a minute, miss. We'll figure it out. She talking about, no, I'm going to go to corporate, okay? And you know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to call me. So my room is ready, and giving them all this attitude. So they like, okay. In the meantime, while that's happening, Mia lets her know, you know what I'm saying, that she's there now with her daughter ready to drop her off. So when they get upstairs, the little girl talking about she want to do a recording. She want to do tutorials like her mama be doing. And she asked, Mia for some purple lipstick. And she was like, girl, you wait till I got everything packed up and ready to ask me for purple lipstick. They talk about how they haven't seen each other since she was like 2. And I would say the girl looked like she at least a minimum 6 now, right? So I'm like, okay, that's been some time. Apparently they was really cool friends from high school. I'm assuming something happened and there was some type of separation between them. They don't really let us know what it was exactly yet, right? And it's been a few years since they have been around each other. And so she started talking to her too and saying, the last time I seen you, you had got signed. This is when Mia saying to Shauna, she was like, you had a viral video or something like that. So Shauna's like, yeah, it didn't work out, and I decided that I would be better off, you know what I'm saying, anyway. And she was like, well, girl, I'll still be seeing you rap sometime and you still go off or whatever the case may be. Well, why the hell do you wear that mask? And she was like, well, because I want people to focus on my lyricism, not what I look like. She was like, all these female rappers got their ass and titties out and they can't be taken seriously. That's whack. So that is supposedly, you know what I'm saying, what her reasoning is. And Mia was basically like, game is game. And so, she go ahead and she leave her there and say she gonna be right back or whatever, and that she really appreciate her doing that. And if she ever need her face done or anything like that, she could hit her up for that. And so Shauna's like, okay, and then she tell her baby to go ahead and give her ear kisses, okay. She's basically like, don't run Miss Shauna's battery down, and don't, use the iPod while it's plugged up. Why? And the little girl says to her, because it would end up blowing up my damn face. And she was like, yeah. So she go ahead to do what she gotta do, right? And she leave her there. So I guess this is how they begin to reconnect. And so, she did, the little girl had did Shauna's makeup, and she was like, how do I look? And she basically was like, I'm cute or whatever. So I said, okay. So, we see, Shauna basically riding the bus, and now she's looking at Cliff Lewis, right? And he goes to NYU Law or whatever, and she's just looking at different pictures. She's seeing he got a picture with Ben Crump, and she basically was like, oh, I see you finally got the pick or whatever the case may be. And they showing how he had asked him, some question like, how does he bring change? And so there can be greater, accountability. And Ben Crump is saying, oh, well, that was a great question. And then you see, some other video with him and these girls talking or whatever, and then they arguing and debating about stuff. And the next thing they start laughing, and she looked like she getting a little jealous because the girl put her arm on his shoulder, and like if she paused it and was enlarging it to see it closer, whatever the case may be, then she started looking up that person to see what her pictures and her social media is and stuff like that. I said, girl, you social media stalking? That's what we doing. What's going on here, right? So she all into everything that he doing, and she shaking her head looking like she getting an attitude about that. And so I was like, oh, okay. So we see that, she's basically going home or whatever, and she oh, sorry y'all. So we see that she's basically going home, and as she's walking, she's still looking at different videos, and she's looking at this tongue reaction that the damn guy from the job ended up posting up or whatever. Then she's going back and looking at Mr. Francois, and the videos that he got on his social media. She just going through everybody's social media at this daggone point, right? And he has some other video that he got up with the chick or whatever, right? And so she's looking like she's getting mad about that. And then once she's looking, he have a video where he's burning up daggone money, and he's talking about I can make this in a day, so it don't matter if I broke it, burn it up. He's like, all I'm gonna do is just make more. He was like, send this to a broke boy or a broke girl. It be broke girls too, and he know something out there that's like that or whatever. And he was like, y'all mad. So when she get upstairs in her house, she's basically going off talking about, I'm tired of being underrated. I'm tired of being, not appreciated. I'm tired of the bare minimum. I'm tired of people getting over that don't have no originality. She is just going in, right? She was like, I'm done being patient. I'm done caring and all of this kind of stuff. And, basically pouring her some juice and talking about how she's a different type of rapper. And she was like, y'all not supporting any of us. Y'all don't want the real stuff. Y'all want that fake stuff over and over and over again. And you know what I'm saying? Just saying that she is tired. And she was like, with a heavy heart, I'm just saying that I'm throwing in the towel right now. Here's my pink slip. I'm retiring. I quit. She was like, I work too damn hard to have to deal with the disrespect and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, girl, if you say so. She was like, you lost the real one. So in the middle of her doing this recording or whatever, doing this rant, Cliff calls her, and we see that he is her boyfriend. And she was like, just basically start venting to him, right? She picks up right where she left off, and then she's taking off her clothes as she's talking to him. So he was like, wait, are we getting started already? And he was like, wait. And she was like, what? And she was like, no, babe, that's not what I was trying to do, or whatever the case may be. She was like, can we do that another night? And so he was like, but tonight is already another time. And she was like, no, I'm just not in the mood. I feel stupid, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in a good mood. And so he was like, look, I'm not proud of having virtual sex, but we haven't seen each other in 4 months. She was like, well, Cliff, I'm going to see you in like 2 weeks. So he talking about some, oh, you bought the ticket. And she was like, well, no, not yet, almost. So I'm like, well, wait, we need more backstory here, because why is she buying the ticket? Like, was this something that y'all agreed to that was already worked out? Was y'all supposed to be going half and half? Like, why are you not buying your own ticket if you want to see her and coming to her, or either buying her a ticket to come see you, okay? These are the questions that I have. But he basically was like, so no, you didn't get it or whatever. So she's like, listen, not yet or whatever. She was like, I don't feel good right now. I don't look good right now. So he telling her, no, you look sexy. So the next thing you know, she twisted around and was like, I don't know, Cliff. I just feel like I'm left behind or whatever. I be having such a hard time. And he was like, behind what? And she was like, you wouldn't get it. She was like, your life is on track. You can see progress. You know the direction you're going in, and your future is guaranteed. And he was like, nobody's future is guaranteed. He's like, no, it's not. And she was like I said, you wouldn't understand. And he was like, why does I feel like you trying to pick a fight right now, And so she was like, well, maybe I wouldn't have to pick a fight if you wasn't liking and commenting on girls' Instagrams. And he was like, what are you even talking about? Now you deflecting and going into a whole nother damn thing. So she was like, I'm not deflecting. She was like, Fatima likes you, or whatever the case may be. And he was like, look, I'm always going to be around other people. Like, we study together and all of that. And then she goes, do you think I'm stupid? Do you really think I'm stupid? He was like, look, I'm going to go finish studying. And he gets off the phone with her, right? He's like, text me when you tired of playing these silly ass games. So he got ahead about his business. So she then gets on, her laptop, and she's looking at pictures. And come to find out, she took a picture of the Karen that had came and was complaining about the room. She took a picture of her credit card. I said, girl, so we doing credit card theft? What is going on here, okay? She took a picture of the front and the back of it, or whatever the case may be. The whole time when she was saying, okay, no problem, and you know what I'm saying, here you go, and I'm going to let you know when your room is ready, whatever. And she's saying here, texting somebody the information, saying, hey, I got another card. How soon can you give me some cash? I said, ooh, Shauna, right now, doing some, strange things right now for some change, right? Gonna see where that's going. So then you see that she has roommates and they telling her, it's smelling good or whatever the case may be. And she's still pretty much just all into Mia's, social media. We seeing that she's there putting on somebody's makeup. It looks like this is either, some type of bridal shower or before somebody's wedding or whatever. And she's teaching them too to keep saying, I ain't about it. They just keep repeating her whatever over and over and over. And, she's doing their makeup and Shauna's looking at this as she's getting ready, making this dinner or whatever the case may be, right? And so then you see Mia in the car and she has a video where she's saying, stop messing with broke people and that males are useless, okay? When it comes down to it, it's the real bitches that ride for you, not these males or whatever. She was like, I've never been the type to be like, I can't stand females because females be the ones that be the real bitches or whatever. And I'ma rock with those real bitches, right? And so you see that Shauna liked her comment and had put 100 to it or whatever the case may be. And then sent a message to her after that, like, do you want to go for drinks tomorrow? But when we switch over to Miss Mia, we see that, she sees the message or whatever. But Honey Child about to get into some other things, okay? Apparently something else Miss Mia does besides, putting on makeup is she do some OnlyFans, honey. And she basically have the name, I think it was Ghetto Dominatrix or something like that. So we seeing that, she up here doing this dance and people are sending her different messages and she's saying, yeah, how she used to be, a dancer, whatever the case may be, and she'll dance for them and they all sending, we seeing the different tips rolling into her, whatever the case may be. I said, okay, girl, she multitasking and doing what she gotta do, I guess, right? So we see that makeup artist is one job. This dominatrix thing is another job, right? For her to go ahead and make her money because it don't seem like she could depend on this baby daddy. Speaking of him, she called him and asked him what happened today. He in the studio and he talking about he can't hear her because it's too loud in there. She like, but why don't you turn that shit down and then you can hear what the hell I'm saying, okay? And he talking about something, use your inside voice, you yelling and screaming or whatever the case may be, you using your outside voice. And she was like, well, if you would stop acting like you can't hear me, then I wouldn't have to do that. So he stepped out in the hallway for a minute and she asked him, like, what happened? I could never depend on you. She like, I need your half of the rent money and I also need your money for your daughter. He talking about something, well, I hope you ain't being all loud and my daughter ain't hearing all of this, crazy language. And he told her he gonna give her the money next week. And she was like, I can't wait till next week. She was like, it's due by this Friday. And she says she's working 3 jobs, y'all. So apparently we've only seen, 2 of them. And she's like, I need to get, need you to be about your business or whatever, right? And I can understand that. So she was like, Lamar, I ain't got time to be playing with you, And he starts talking and then he telling her, I ain't finished talking. I understand. I paused for a minute, but I still got, some more stuff to say. Maybe I confused you with that little pause that I did, right? And, he's still telling her that he got her, whatever the case may be. Then he literally stops in the middle of the conversation, goes and starts talking to the people in the studio or whatever, and then steps back out like, oh yeah, well, like I was saying or whatever, did you see that shit? That's genius. And so she was just like, you stupid ass. And she basically, hung up the phone and was pissed. And I can't say I blame her. So then she decides to text back Shauna and be like, yeah, girl, where you want to go to party? And basically at first they just in this bar that looked like it's dead as I don't know what, dead as a door now, ain't nothing going on, she's busy recording and they saying reunited and doing the cheers or whatever the case may be, right? Having their drinks in there. And then they switch from that to saying, we was in the clubs, first, now we drinking out these brown paper bags, okay? And, Mia is saying how Shauna has never been in a strip club. And Shauna's like, yeah, I've been to a strip club. I just never been to the office, which apparently is where Mia used to work at. So they decide they gonna go head over there. She's saying she ain't gotta wait in no line. She was like, bad bitches don't wait in a line, okay? She could just walk up in there. And then they end up seeing, Miss I hook people up with tours and all of that stuff popping up. And Mia was saying to her, "What's up, girl? You like a jack in the box. You always popping up everywhere." And she asked, "Do she know Shauna?" And her smile disappears quick. She like, "Yeah, I know her." But they all go in there and they just are rocking and enjoying, you know what I'm saying, having these girls shaking their behinds all over the place. And they start shaking theirs too. And, they drinking all back. Mia shaking it. And then Shauna starts shaking and Mia's like, no, girl, stop, 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 okay? But they was having a funky good time partying on down in there, whatever the case may be. And then they ends up inside the car and they ends up on a live. And at first they still laughing and talking and saying how, they getting messed up or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Shauna was drinking some Red Stripe and Mia was just drinking like a Jamaican cola or something like that, right? And so, they still talking about the past and who they knew from high school and saying, yo, what happened to, that cutie that you knew from high school? And they was like, wow, saying he had got arrested. So they was like, put it in the comments, I'm saying, we need him to be freed. And so somebody was like, free Tashawn, I guess, I'm saying, like they didn't even want to say it. So the next thing she started asking her, like, why did you even want to come out with me tonight? She was like, I felt like after high school you was on some funny stuff and you paced all the way out and you disappeared and, started acting brand new. And so Shauna was saying that's not what happened, and somebody in the comments was like, get into it. So I was like, y'all really about to have this conversation on the live? Okay. They talking about this is so real. So after that, she said she had stopped messing with her, that they had different lives and shit. She was like, she didn't want to go to college. Her family wasn't from a good background. She didn't know what she was going to be when she grew up. She was like, shit just hit her, whatever the case may be. This is Mia saying all of this. And she said at first, stuff just hit her so fast and things like that. And she just chalked it up and was like, she had to do what she had to do. And so Shauna was like, Mia, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I never meant to make you feel that way. It wasn't like that at all, because Mia was saying she kind of made her like, she was better than her type of thing. So Shauna was saying she never even got her degree. And then, Mia's like, damn, well, what happened? And she was like, I dropped out to work with this. And then that didn't even come through either. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a manipulative producer. And I thought that he and I was going to make it together. And then that fell apart. And so she was like, the younger me never thought I would still be here working at Plymouth and not doing shit. So she was like, it's really, really embarrassing. Now, meantime, like I said, they still on the live while they saying all this stuff. So, Mia's basically like, you good girl or whatever the case may be. She was like, at least you weren't stripping at the office like I was. And, she was like, shit, I'd rather have a piece of a degree right now if I could. You know what I'm saying? So they both was just pouring their hearts out. And it's funny how you would have a perception and be thinking one way, and then when y'all actually talk, it's like it's not even the way either one of y'all was thinking. It's a completely different way. She was saying she thought she would have been married or something. So they start talking about, girl, this is weird, log off. And then they was like, oh shit, we forgot to turn off the damn live or whatever the case may be. That's when they realized. She was like, but you know what I'm saying, they turned the hell up. And then they started doing this rap because this song came on, and she was like, damn, I remember when, you know what I'm saying, you used to go into this song. So she was like, you gonna have to go ahead and spit some bars. So at first Sean is like, no, no, no. And she was like, come on now, you could do it. She was like, you know what I'm saying, girl, what you need, a damn mask or something? She was like, I got a do-rag in the back seat or whatever. So she was like, well, what should I rap about? She was like, girl, you a rapper, okay? And then Shauna was like, girl, I just told you that your life was trash. So Mia was like, well, rap about me or whatever. But nonetheless, she ended up spitting some bars, and everybody was like, okay. They was like, that's what I'm talking about. You bringing that heat, you bringing that fire. They was like, yo, she going in or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She got some bars, she got some skills, and she did sound good. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. And they basically was mixing in, Mia's little saying that she be having seduce and scheme. They had that for the little hook or whatever the case may be. And then, you know what I'm saying, Shauna just kept rapping. So they was like I said, you could see them in the comments like, hey, yeah, come on, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all killing it right now. So, of course, this is starting to go viral. More and more people is watching it and sharing it and liking it and commenting on it. And I don't even know if she gonna remember it because they drunk as I don't know what. But they just basically was getting lit while the car was sitting in the parking lot and she was doing her little freestyle. And so, she basically goes home and she's knocked out, and then she wakes up and she has a message from her boyfriend that's just saying, I'm saying, good morning, beautiful, or whatever the case may be, have a good day, babe, I love you. When she's smiling at that, then she looks and sees that this video been going, okay, and you got like almost 3,000 people that seen it. You got like a lot of comments there. You got people that sharing it or whatever the case may be. And so she do look like she remember it or whatever. And she's smiling and she looking through the comments and she's just like, wow. Okay, this kind of put a smile on her face or whatever. One, from getting a text from her boyfriend, two, from seeing this. So, she feel like maybe things is turning around. Maybe I still got a chance here. And like her mind, you can see that the wheels is turning. And she thinking of some ideas at this point. So I'm like, okay, we going to see where this goes. That's our episode number 1 ended, you guys. You tell me in the comments what you thinking about this. Are you liking the vibe of this first episode? What do you think of the relationship of her and Mia? What do you think of her relationship with her boyfriend? What do you think about Mia and her baby daddy? Put it all in the comments. Let's discuss, okay? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Put some flames in the air. Let me know you came by, alright? Say hey, give me a wave, all that good stuff. Till next time, toodaloo.